Hi, I'm Kyra. I'm 19 years old. I've been at Urban Edge my whole entire life, basically since I was about 3 or so. And yeah, this is kind of a little bit of a story time with Kyra, but taking it back all the way to when I was super young. I grew up in a Christian household where my parents took us to church basically every single time, every single Sunday. We did holiday club and everything, and yeah, just kind of knowing who God is, but not really knowing who God is, I guess, because at such a young age you don't really grasp the concept of who God is until I started coming to Revolution, best place to be on a Friday evening, and I was about 11 or 12, I think, when I actually fully encountered God, which was phenomenal. I still actually remember the song. It was Trust by Hillsong, I think. Was wonderful, but that's when I fully came to terms with who God actually is, and after that my life completely did a 360, but then, you know, primary school hits kind of the end going into high school, and that's kind of when you start discovering the world and people around you and making true friends and everything, and I hit a bit of a dip there with bullying, as well as not a great friendship group around me in high school, and it was just very toxic, but I was out just still going, you know what, maybe God's using me in this space to speak about him to these people that don't know who he is. So I continued to trust God during that stage, but then I went through a stage when it was lockdown where kind of everything just deteriorated and seemed to have fallen apart, but then while I was kind of just living that worldly lifestyle, I really thought that my faith was strong. And at that stage, I was serving at Kids. I think I was serving at Arise as well in Media and Lights. And yeah, I was attending church now and then, not as much as now. But then when matric hit, I kind of came to a realization that, the life I was living was not a life that God had called me to live. And when I came out of matric, I had a decision to make whether I wanted to continue to live that lifestyle and step into more friendship groups like that, or whether I actually wanted to kind of start a new chapter for my life and kind of actually start living a lifestyle for God. And thank goodness I picked that choice, because 2 years later, where I am right now, I can't imagine it it's completely different. And the whole entire time when I made that choice, I was praying for a community of godly friends and people, and God has actually blessed me with that, with an amazing connect group, with amazing community of friends around me that constantly lift me up. And obviously, as a result of previous friends, it was difficult to kind of actually grasp if these friends were for me, but the way that God carried me through that, kind of going, no, but this is from me, so this is for you, has been amazing. And also just stepping into new things that God has now opened up, that actually it was always there and he was knocking on that door, but I just didn't see it. And that's Kids, getting more involved in Kids, serving now at Revolution, stepping into a leadership position at Holiday Club, which is crazy. I never would have imagined I would be right there, but it's just been so encouraging just to see God work in my life, and just because I felt like my identity, and recently it's come to terms with the fact that I felt like I didn't really know who I am, and I still don't. But it's something that Pastor Sean seems to always say, and it doesn't matter who you are, but it matters whose you are. And I think I never fully grasped that concept until God actually was like, listen, your identity, it's so planned around different people and their lives and circumstances that they were living, and impacts that it had on your life, that's kind of formed who you are. I think it's just been amazing just to see how, even though those things are heavy to actually sit and unpack with now and deal with, just seeing that God's actually in it. And throughout that time, if I look back where my faith wasn't strong, no matter how rocky my foundation of faith was, God was still there. And I think that's so encouraging, that even in the most difficult times, even when you feel like your faith is strong, even when you know it isn't, God is always present, and He's not going anywhere if you doubt him. He's not going anywhere if you lose sight of him. But the one thing he always just wants you to do in those circumstances is look up and look at him. Just some encouragement is that when walking in faith with God, it's not easy. It's not this this easy journey that you can just walk going, oh, you know what, it feels like I'm in a flower field, hello, a field of flowers. But it definitely is challenging, but it's so encouraging once you actually fully trust God with what you are struggling with, because at the end of the day, the only person that can actually help you out of that and you can fully find freedom in all those things is through God. So yeah.